It's election night. Tom Rehn joins me, as always, in the AFL for the ins and outs for the weekend. And Tommy, finally some ruck relief for Port Adelaide. That have be very, very happy.
No doubt about that, Treaders. Matthew Lobe hasn't played all season, out with that quad injury, so important to them. So too Kane Corns. He comes out after missing that week last week. Brandon Archie, perhaps a touch unlucky to be dropped. But the big out, Treaders, how big a blow is Ollie Wines?
It's a huge out. And talk about Archie, firstly, he is unlucky, but Ollie Wines is a jet. And you talk about this, when you play the Hawks, you want to put pressure on him. He's the fourth best tackler in the competition. So he's not going to be out there. He's Port's second best player at winning ball in the stoppage like we're seeing now. He's not going to be out there. The strength for Hawthorn is their midfield. So this is a big out. I think Andrew Young showed a fair bit last week, and I think he's got a big opportunity to really plant himself in this team going forward.
The Hawks look very impressive, don't they, Treaders? They're back-to-back premiers. Just the one change there. Hill comes in for Anderson. You threw a few stats. I'm going to throw one back at you. Luke Hodge, 44 last week. His career best. Is it as simple as stop Hodge, they win the game?
No. That's why they're the premiers.
Come on, Treaders.
But if you look at the team last week, they had 5 guys over 30 possessions. Throw in these names. Mitchell, Hill, who comes back into the team and ripped apart Port Adelaide in the prelim final last year. He's got leg speed that I don't think anyone can match on Port's list. Jordan Lewis, they're running best and fairest. And a guy who I played a little bit of footy with, who just keeps getting the job done, Sean Burgoyne. So if you get Hodge, you don't get the rest. It's pretty hard to stop them all, but it comes down to that pressure. And that's why I reckon the Ollie Wines one is going to be a tough one. Who's going to put that pressure on the Hawks? They're very good.
Going to be a tough game, going to be a blockbuster. The Crows, Treaders, could equal their best ever start to a season if they win. Just the 3 inclusions at this stage. Can you see any changes, though, to that 22?
No, absolutely not. Apart from the slow start for Adelaide, and it took them to just before half-time when they really got into gear, they showed a huge amount of character after that point in time. They need to start well against the Bulldogs. They'll go in unchanged, and that is a great thing for Phil Walsh and Crows fans.
We'll have a look at the Bulldogs squad of 25 as well. A couple of outs through injury, Wallace and Morris, but a couple of big ins, Boyd and the young gun Bontempelli. And interestingly, Josh Jenkins, the Crows forward, he thinks there's a fair few similarities between the Crows and the Doggies.
They've got a nice nucleus of players, and probably much like us, they're performing under a new coaching setup. They've been tackling, like maniacs for the first 3 weeks. I think they're leading the competition in tackles, and they've had their injury concerns, but they've had other guys step up.
Absolutely step up. They lost their best and fairest Liberatore before the season kicked off. Their pressure is immense, and I agree with everything Jenkins says then, apart from their list. Adelaide has a spine that the Western Bulldogs dream about having. Tex Walker, Talia, Jacobs, Dangerfield, so I think they should probably get the job done quite easily.
Well, I take it from that you are tipping the Crows. What are your other 8 winners this week, Treaders?
Absolutely on the Crows. I'm on the Hawks. I just can't see Port winning enough footy on the inside. North Melbourne, I don't mind, and I've gone Richmond. So who knows with Richmond Friday night footy, but I reckon they can get the job done.
You've gone the Blues as well. Chris Judd's out, Do you want to change that tip? Too late. Unlucky.
Too late now. We put it on the screen. I can't get out of that.
It's done.
Thanks, Rennie.
Live with it. Thanks,
See you
mate.
Monday night.